the impossible journey. What if you could travel across the Milky Way, from our familiar neighborhood near the Sun to the very edge of our galaxy? Imagine leaving Earth behind, accelerating past the planets, threading through the spiral arms, and pushing farther than any human eye has ever seen. The journey would not take years or centuries, but tens of thousands of years, even at the speed of light. But let's ignore limits for a moment. Let's imagine the impossible. What would you encounter as you crossed this galactic ocean, and what would you see when you finally reached the edge? The answer is stranger, darker, and more awe-inspiring than you think. Mapping the Milky Way. We live in a barred spiral galaxy called the Milky Way. It spans about 100,000 light-years across and contains more than 200 billion stars. But here's the twist. No human has ever seen our galaxy from the outside. Everything we know about its shape comes from painstaking observations, measuring star positions, tracking radio signals from hydrogen gas, and piecing together a map from within. It's like trying to draw the outline of a forest while trapped under the canopy. And yet we know this. The Milky Way has a glowing central bulge, long graceful spiral arms, and a mysterious halo extending far beyond what we can see. But maps are not the same as journeys. If you actually set out across this stellar sea, you'd soon learn that the further you go, the stranger the galaxy becomes. The spiral arms, where stars are born, your first crossing would take you through the spiral arms. Massive, glowing arcs, where stars are born. Here you'd find nebulae like Orion, vast clouds of gas and dust collapsing into fiery new suns. Stellar nurseries sparkle with infant stars surrounded by planets just beginning to form. It's cosmic creation in action. But between these bursts of light are dark voids, cold interstellar dust blocking out starlight. Travel here, and you might pass through regions so empty, they feel like the galaxy's breath has gone quiet. The spiral arms are beautiful, but also dangerous. Supernovae erupt here, leaving behind neutron stars and pulsars. Radiation storms could strip a spacecraft bare, and yet the arms also give us life. Our sun was born in such a place nearly 5 billion years ago. Passing the galactic midway push farther outward, and the galaxy grows stranger. Here you'd encounter stellar graveyards, the remains of exploded suns. Pulsars spin like cosmic lighthouses, blasting out beams of radiation. Supernova remnants glow eerily, clouds of debris expanding for thousands of years after a star's death. You might drift past rogue planets, worlds cast adrift, torn from their suns. They float in eternal night, perhaps still hiding oceans or atmospheres beneath frozen shells. Even more terrifying are the unseen dangers, giant molecular clouds that stretch across light years, invisible until you're inside them. They could crush your ship with pressure and strip away communication signals. This midway point of the galaxy is neither welcoming nor empty. It is chaos, a graveyard of the past and a preview of cosmic forces that still shape the future. Toward the edge, the galactic halo traveling farther, stars grow fewer and lonelier. You are entering the galactic halo. This region surrounds the Milky Way like a ghostly sphere. It contains some of the oldest stars ever formed. Globular clusters, dense balls of stars orbiting like ancient fossils. These clusters are older than the galaxy itself, relics of the early universe. But there's more here, something you can't see. Dark matter. Astronomers know it's there because galaxies spin too fast for visible matter alone to hold them together. An invisible halo of dark matter wraps around the Milky Way, outweighing all its stars combined. If you could somehow see it, the halo would stretch hundreds of thousands of light years, shimmering like an unseen ocean. And yet you'd never feel it, never touch it. It is matter that exists, yet hides from every sense we have. Here, on the edge, the galaxy feels less like a home, and more like a haunting mystery. The borderlands. What counts as the edge? So where exactly is the edge of the Milky Way? If you measure by stars, the density drops until you reach almost nothing, maybe 50,000 light-years from the center. But the dark matter halo, it extends much farther, possibly 1 million light-years into intergalactic space. So the edge is a question without an answer. Is it where the stars thin out, where gravity weakens, Or is the galaxy truly endless, fading into the universe itself? This paradox means that traveling to the edge is like chasing the horizon. You can move closer, but the boundary always moves with you. Beyond the Milky Way, the cosmic ocean leaves the Milky Way behind, and you'd enter intergalactic space, the vast ocean between galaxies. Here you'd see lonely stars drifting through darkness, flung out during collisions. These are called intergalactic stars, wandering endlessly between homes. Look ahead, and you'd spot a faint smudge, Andromeda Galaxy, 2.5 million light-years away. It is on a collision course with us, destined to merge with the Milky Way billions of years from now. Beyond Andromeda lies the local group, dozens of small galaxies bound together. But even that is just one tiny corner of the Laniakea supercluster, a continent of galaxies stretching across 500 million light-years. The edge of the galaxy is not the end. It is only the beginning of something much larger. The time problem, travel versus relativity. But here's the cruel truth. Even imagining this journey defies reality. At the speed of light, it would take 100,000 years to cross the galaxy. Humanity has existed for only a fraction of that time. Civilizations could rise and fall many times before you ever reached the other side. Relativity changes everything. To a traveler moving close to light speed, time would slow down. The journey might take decades for you, but hundreds of thousands of years for everyone back on Earth. By the time you returned, your home world might be unrecognizable, or worse, gone. So traveling to the edge of the galaxy is not just a voyage in space, it is a voyage in time. The final mystery, what lies outside. Standing on the outer edge of the Milky Way, staring into the abyss beyond, you'd face one last question: what lies outside? Galaxies form part of the cosmic web, an immense structure of filaments and voids. The Milky Way is just one bright bead on a thread stretching across the universe. Dark energy pushes this web apart, accelerating galaxies away from one another. One day, far in the future, other galaxies may drift so far that their light will never reach us again. To future observers, the Milky Way might seem like the only galaxy in existence. So maybe the edge is not a place we can visit. Maybe it is a boundary drawn by time, perspective, and the limits of light itself. Conclusion: the journey that redefines us. What if you could travel to the edge of the galaxy? You'd see stars being born and stars dying. You'd cross through chaos and silence, through creation and destruction. You'd find ancient relics older than time itself, and invisible matter shaping everything you know. And when you reach the edge, you'd discover that it is not an ending, but a door, a passage into the infinite cosmic ocean beyond. In the end, the edge of the galaxy is not just out there, it's in here. In the questions we ask, in the wonder that drives us, in the human need to keep exploring, no matter how impossible the journey may seem, because the universe is not made of answers, it's made of mysteries, and we are built to chase them.